I think reviewing a game would be fun right now. You guys think that'd be fun? If you think reviewing a game would be fun, keep watching this video. And if you don't, there's plenty of other stuff to do on YouTube. So, yeah. All right, so anyway, this is a game between our good friend Martin, who's playing black here. He's playing an even game against apparently Jim Woe, who I don't know, but so far the opening is pretty normal, certainly for black. White play facing 4-3s, which is a little uncommon, but still very much in the realm of normalcy. Sure. Black could I mean, there's a number of things black could do, but this is fine. When black is playing high, though, black is committing to play another stone over here. So there is a little bit of a worry that black stones will be overconcentrated. Now, when white chooses this variation, though, white actually has a little bit of a spacing problem. Let's see what white... Okay, so white's spacing problem is that this stone is low. It's 6 lines away from this stone, which is generally bad spacing. You usually want 5 is the most efficient type of spacing. And we have 2 spaces away from another low stone. This is not a good formation. And so even though black is sort of committed to playing another move somewhere around here and is sort of overconcentrated in the grand sense, white's board position isn't really forward-thinking either. All right, so black tanukis. I mean, this is a fair move, but especially with this formation here, it is proper to play a move here to finish it, because otherwise white will undercut you and you won't be left with many points. And on top of that, you have this formation here that wants to build this way anyway. So I'm not sure about this one, Martin. I mean, like globally, this move is bad, but locally it's good. It's really hard for me to say how, where your move falls in terms of the realm of goodness, at least as far as like a percentage. I can just tell you that, you're eschewing the local move to go play globally, and I hope you're aware of that. So if anything, you really want to end in Sente. You want to settle this in Sente and come back here. That would be ideal. All right, so this variation is really interesting. The attachment here, I'm not... I don't think I'm strong enough to really say how good this is. For many, many years, this was not considered Joseki. This is considered a pretty vulgar play. I have seen a lot of, relatively strong, especially like Korean amateurs play it. But yeah, this is usually not considered a move because after this exchange, white stone actually looks really well placed. But on the other hand, if you can come around and counterattack this stone, then this exchange is really good. I'm not sure you can do that. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so white played a little tight here. This is normal, but it does give black another free move here. So white's playing 4 third-line stones here, plus 2 second-line stones. Really not good shaping for black. If I was black, I would take this immediately. I really don't want to have to jump out here. I mean, white's already separated. White can't directly connect this stone and this stone. So I think taking the corner is bigger. Oh my god. Wow. That's just super low white. I'm not sure if I've ever seen something like this. At least not in a long time. 5 third-line stones and 2 second-line stones, and we're still more or less in the opening. Okay, so black's now going to counterattack. Again, especially with this white stone here, though, I'm pretty sure you should just play here. I think this is good timing still. Because once you play here, you're completely settled, even if white doesn't respond, or especially if white doesn't respond. If white does respond, then you can come back and do this, and you would have profited during the exchange. So it's a good exchange. All right, this is fair. I'm still a little worried about the health of this group, though. You can kind of see why attaching this stone here. Playing that attachment isn't really sort of officially or historically speaking of Joseki. Oh, that's severe. It's severe. Oh, Martin. I don't know. You can't get 2 eyes here in the corner as of this moment. Oh, that's a weird move for white. I think white should just push up. Seems good. Oh, that's weird for white now too. Wow. All right, so if you exchange this one stone for this stone, that's a really good result for you. You don't. Okay, you want to save the stone. I'm not sure why you want to save that stone, but you do. Oh no, white, you gotta. All right. If white just plays here, and you play here, white can force you down to 1 eye. And this is very troublesome. And certainly white doesn't even have to do this, you know, make this exchange. Right now, white could just take outside moves, maybe seal you in, something like this, or even just come back here. But knowing that you always have to come back and defend to get, you know, 3 points is kind of painful. So for that reason, I think taking this is really big, because not only does it get you a lot more than 3 points, it undercuts white over here. It threatens to do more damage, and you have time to respond here. I mean, white's safe now too, but I would just continue here and lean on whites, or you could actually have time to come back and play here. When you do it this way, I don't think you have any time. There is no time. Okay. Oh. Does it work? This might be an overplay right at this moment. I'm a little scared of white doing this. Because... like, this would be the peaceful way to do it. You'd still have to come back and play a move. But you get sealed in. You'd have to play this. Or maybe white would play this first. What's the order here? So let's say white does this, and then white does this. Maybe that's a decent looking enough order. Where you have essentially right now a 1.5-eyed group that has nowhere to run. You just come back and make an eye this way. If you do, then maybe white starts to use this thickness to invade and expand and reduce, or just take this corner and threaten invasion. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of things for white to do right now, because white has all these stones on the outside. Okay. Alright, so what was the game? The game white just played there. Okay, so we didn't do that. So you got another free move, sort of. So white plays his first stone on the 4th line over here, where it already has 6 and 2 second-like stones. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm not sure why white thought this is acceptable. Like, this is really bad Go style. So white jumps out here. Yeah, there's still some shape problems. I kind of wonder, though, if because of the shape problems, white can actually play this. It might not actually be better. It might be better just to do this. I'm not sure of the direction here. Because, yeah, you play that anyway. Ooh. Not sure how I feel about that for white. Well, I'm commenting for black, so I don't have to worry about white's moves. This move is both thin, like it's kind of wishy-washy. It's not really threatening anything too severe yet. It does help prepare attachments and invasions, but over here feels like it's the more urgent part of the board. Yep, good move. Good move. So, I mean, as of right now, I'm going to assume... Well, it's a rough assumption. I was going to say that I assume that you win this game. But there's still this cut here, too. Just because, you know, you didn't really get sealed. You still have... I don't know. This is such a weird shape. White never respond here. I can't say who wins yet. But the fact that you got down here and white played a couple of extra slow moves after white already played a bunch of third line stuff feels like you should win this game, just from a grand strategic point of view. All right, let's go back and think. So white played here. How do I feel about this? Oh, and also, this isn't that proper. I guess it's fine in this case. But I think it's actually maybe slightly better to do this, just because you have another weakness here. And this, you know, it's helpful, it helps settle, but yeah. The other reason why you might consider actually just pulling back here, actually there's two more reasons I guess I'll go over, is the first is if white wants to Tanuki like out here, then this is a really nice shape for black. Or maybe not even so far, just more conservatively, especially if white's more conservative, this is a really nice shape for black. The other reason is if you play here, and white thinks he can play here, this is a really nice move for black. And you can actually annoy the hell out of this corner while taking the outside, and that'd be a very good result. So this is just a little bit passive. It's a little bit passive. Because you kind of end up wanting to turn here anyway. Let's say white plays here. And so you'll want to end up turning here anyway. But then, if you look at your moves, is it better to have a stone here or a stone here in this case? And the C4 stone is actually going to be a little bit more useful for attacking. So, I don't know, slight minus, maybe. This is weird spacing. You have to convince me I shouldn't just invade here. Like, why wouldn't you just play here? Because white will come here? Seems unlikely. I think you just stand and just eat all of this. Because maybe white plays here. But I think you just cut this way. And depending on what you want, you could actually just completely undercut white here. White does get this. Maybe this isn't that big. But then you know you can only go this far. I mean, you would profit that way. Alternatively, if white decided to play this first, I'm pretty happy with actually building a wall here and trapping white on the inside. Because you could even play this right now and be greedy, I think. And if white probably has to jump out once, just to show some sort of fighting spirit. But then you jump out with it. Maybe there's a way to fix this kind of incente, and then come back and play this. Seems pretty forward thinking. I don't know. This seems like you're helping white, or giving white time to fix. Yep, so white fixes. Okay, so we're gonna try to expose this interesting looking shape. I'm a little bit worried that when you do this, you're going to expose this problem area for yourself. So I really wouldn't commit to this very hard. I really don't want to make white stronger here. And there's actually a big problem here now. Once white plays this, this move becomes very possible again. Or at least effective. There's another big move over here too. I'm just a little bit sad, Martin, about how this got settled so easily for white. Like, it's really hard. Like, you can still attack it, I know, but it looks very difficult to gain a lot from the attack, from this attack. All right, so white jumps up. Is white just going to give this up? That'd be amazing. No, white's going to reduce while trying to save the stone. That seems reasonable. But also seems like bad direction. I think because white is strong here, the area that white should be looking at is getting in here. And so maybe a move like this could be an overplay, but I suspect it's not when you have a stone here. Or when white has a stone here, sorry. So I'd be more worried about this type of thing. When white plays here, it's very wishy-washy. You know, it's like, I want some points. Maybe I want to help the middle. But right now in this game, white has very few points. Right? If we're just looking at this, we just count sort of like, let's count blocks of 6 in this game. So there's 1, there's 2. We'll give white almost 4 blocks of 6, so maybe 20. It's significantly less than 20 points though if black gets this. Black really should get this because there's still this issue over here. Actually, yeah, you're still sort of in trouble. Even though I know you got this move and that helps, but there's still problems. So white almost has, we'll say, about 20 points there, maybe can eke out, maybe optimistically, like 2 more blocks of 6. So that's 6 blocks of 6. No, 6 blocks of 6. Meanwhile, that's really nothing for black. Actually, this isn't either. So all your territories here, right? So there's 1, 2, 3-ish, 4-ish, 5, 6. So you have like 1 territory with about 6 blocks of 6. So if you can get anything else over here, that's more than enough to cover Comey. So you're going to surround on a large scale, lean on the strong group, attack the weak stone. Okay, this is pretty reasonable. Oh, this is so thin. Especially after white gets this one. This is super duper thin. Yeah, so white's... Oh, this is a weird combination by white. Is this even like... White gained nothing! Look at this! I'm not sure you have time. What about this? Is this a problem? Not a real problem, I guess, but... Yeah, there's a little shape problem in there. Oh my god, these moves for white are so slow. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic for black. Well, you still have this little problem, but here, let's go back. All right, so what is the actual reading like? Black played here. White didn't play here. This is the obvious move, right? And so it seems like black really only has what, 3 choices: here, here, or here. If we assume black's going to play this one, because that's the one that just makes the sense. If black takes, you're connected, and that's fine. If black plays here, I think you connect this way. Or sorry, white connects this way. Yeah, there's this problem, I see. Yeah, there is that problem. Okay. It seems like... yeah, white would need this move here already. Maybe just exchange. Let white settle this, and you take all this. This is the type move that looks like it should go fine for white. White should get something. Oh, we can do this way. Right, of course. There we go. That would be good enough for white. Because if you really want to start this ladder, first of all, it's just a ladder, it doesn't quite work. Second of all, there's a code there, so there's no real cut. You could steal this cut, but I think white's okay with that. Right? Because white will just play this sequence and just eat. Oh no, white can't quite entirely eat that. Can white play here? Maybe. It's a little difficult. Looks like white will die, or black will die with one eye. So yeah, I think that's what white should have done. White gave you a very big gift here when he just sort of backed out this way. Yep, got this stone cut off. So you still have the shape problem down here. And this is a little thin, and if this gets disconnected, then white can make a huge middle. And actually, maybe it's not that hard for it to get disconnected because this group is still a problem. We never settled it. But white's playing such slow defensive moves. White needs to split you here, right? And take advantage of the fact that this thing's not alive. You know, if white can get a move here and then come back and connect, your job becomes much more difficult. Yeah, okay, oh, so white's going to peek and you're going to get out that way. Yeah, white, it seems like this should be a move that white gets. Oh dear, white's in trouble now. Yeah, this move was really big. So white did not need to make all these exchanges for I shape. He just needed to come over here and connect. And this area of the board is so hot, right, temperature-wise, because this thing isn't 100% alive. It has a ton of Aji, and at worst you're going to be able to use that, or white's going to be able to use this Aji for endgame to nickel and dime you down to, you know, exactly 2 eyes here. Second, this thing is not alive. And third, this thing is not alive. So you have all these groups here, and assuming that we don't waste moves on an I shape, right, this group isn't alive. So we sort of have, like, you know, the meeting point of 4 groups that aren't yet fully alive. So I'm starting to lament for white here, because when black gets this, you know, even though white gains a lot over here relatively, he gave up so much to begin with that it seems like it's really hard now for white. Yeah, this is a nice exchange for black. That helps black tremendously. These are all, it's just... is this better? This might be better in this case. Because this is all Sente. And then, kind of like Miai. Maybe it's not better. What did you play? You connected. Oh. But white could do this. Oh, no, white can't do that. White can, oh, white can do that. Yeah, that would be nasty. So, yeah. That's a pretty big difference, right? Why didn't white do this? White just connected. Oh, white's so nice. Is there any... White could play that and... Oh, I see. Didn't want to exchange this, maybe? No, but then he eats the 4. Then he exchanges this for that. And that would solve all... That would make white super happy, actually, because then all of white settled. And even though you got the corner, white got, you know, these free 8 points of compensation. I think white missed an opportunity. Another opportunity to punish you for your insolence. Oh. This is just the saddest life. Oh, is it? It's not fully alive yet. Wow. That's a problem. Yeah. All right. Game on. Yep, that eye's false. Where are we going? How are we going to live? Still running around. All right, we got to cut here and do something with this group, this black group. Tanuki? White just says this is dead, the game is over. You can't, I mean, the game is over, right? What are we even doing? Why are we still playing? Like, white has to either kill this or do something bigger? Yeah, even if white kills this, this is too big. Does that do anything? Yeah, it gains a couple points and makes white a lot stronger. Not worth it. Bad exchange. Oh, no, you didn't. You played there? Look, your stones are dead. You can't attack this. Oh, you're going to peep through and then cut for 2 more stones and gain 2 more points in Sente. All right, so this is like an 8-point move. All right. Do you guys see this? So after black connects, if white goes and does something else, there is this play. In this case, it looks like white will be more or less forced to come through this way. So this is worth 8 points. I'm still actually not sure that's completely big enough. And in the meantime, yeah, white's going to take some... Well, white's just going to fix that way. That doesn't actually fix the problem, does it? What happens here? Because if white tries to save everything, there's this. I don't know. All right, so there's stuff in here, though. I'm not sure this was properly fixed. So endgame, 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 endgame. All right, so how does white expect to win? Yeah, white would have to kill this or something. Okay, we're just linking up that. Actually, black made more points over here than than you were supposed to. Okay, somehow they came back to white. Oh, because you Tanuki'd here. Right. Okay. Right, they're still able to be taken. Do you need this? You don't need to move here, right? Because you're looking at stuff like this, but there's nothing there. So, bad move, number 187. Totally don't see why that would be necessary. Terrible move. Terrible move. Maybe you're just trying to, like, convince your opponent you should resign. Is there any hope for white? We're just playing, we're down to 2-point moves, basically. And I guess some moderately sente. What was that? Was that a move? Oh, so when you connect this type of ko, here's a lesson for everyone. You should always connect it this way, right? Just as a general rule. Because, right, so if you don't connect, here's what happens. White will play here, and you can't connect here because white will take. So that's why black connects. But let's say later on, let's say now there's a bigger move on the board they have to respond to, right? So I don't know, white can't play that obviously, but you have to respond, and then white comes back here, or starts a ko. Let's say there's a ko. I don't know. Pick a ko. Oh, that would be a ko spot, wouldn't it? Okay, pretend there's a ko, right? Anyway, the point of the story is white comes back with like a ko threat and plays this as a ko threat. Well, now this ko threat's only worth effectively 1.5 points? Well, officially half point in the end, but we're not quite at that stage yet. Whoever gets it gets a point. So we'll say it's like a 1 point kind of threat. If you connect this way and white plays here, now all of a sudden this is like a 6-7 point threat. And actually, I guess it's a 6-point threat, right? Yeah. So why? Yeah. Do you see the difference? And actually, not only is it a 6-point threat this way, if white only needs to find a 3 or 4 point threat, he can play this one first and then play here and get 2 threats out of it. Whereas when you play this is only just, you know, half-point threat forever. So this is, I mean, I know this is like, the game's over, but this is a really good little lesson for y'all if you don't know this type of shape, where you have this ko thing. Your opponent can threaten to start a ko or capture in ko. You connect the side that you don't want to die first. You know, don't commit to everything. Commit to the smallest amount you can when you fix. That way, if for some reason, especially like a ko fight comes around and your opponent wants to use it as a ko threat, their threat is very small. Look, there's a ko. Hey. Ko happened, of course, before. So yeah, black by 51. Yeah, I didn't actually look at the score before I reviewed. I just sort of jumped into the review, but actually, I'm even surprised it's that much. I didn't expect it to be 50 points for a win. So yeah, overall, you know, nice game, Martin. Your opponent helped you out a few times. Just to sort of recap again, all this low formation. Here, so in this type of, you know, again, this one is still, I have mixed feelings about it. I can't say I'm an expert. Show it to someone stronger, they'll have their own feelings. Certainly the one that I was taught and most English speakers were taught in the last, you know, 20 years to play Go is this one. This is the Magic Sword sort of Joseki. Oh, this one is also very possible, especially if black just wants the outside. So, you know, that's most normal. But this, you know, if you're going to counterattack, this is fine too. I'm just not thrilled about the prospect of counterattacking here, right? I'm not sure what I'm going to gain by counterattacking. So anyway, you kept white low though. So that was the nice part about this, is when you play this one, white is still low. So at least you're forcing white to be this like consistently terrible shape person. Yeah, I don't think you need to play here, right? Just play here. This is like just free. White will feel the need to connect. Yeah, how did you get away with this? Like, you should have been punished so much. Oh, because white, you duped white. I want white to play here. And then when you play here, I want white to play here. And now black's shape is really suffering again. Because you can play this, but especially if white just stands here, white has this immediate cut available. It's so painful. right? If you decide you want to just live, this is a huge victory for white. So yeah, felt like white got swindled here, like big time. Again, you know, this didn't really actually accomplish you a whole lot. Just kept white off your back for a little bit. White played some soft moves here. And then white never took advantage of the issues in here and solidified himself. He just played, you know, two essentially sort of like kind of stones, just throwing stones in there. This one and this one. And just didn't really have a good plan for him. So, you know, I think this was a big part of the game too, you know, fighting over these stones. But really this area and who can deal with this area, who can profit from this area is worth a lot. So in the end, you know, you got to play this without white sort of responding. You got to play another move in here. So, you know, it was all coming up Martin. I mean, all this little crap in here. White also misplayed, but this crap in here never really hurt you. I mean, white never really got to attach down here or, you know, really reduce, like get a real reduction kind of move. Even this one, right, would have been just fine. It's actually probably a much better move than B anyway. Is to actually just make you commit to this territory first, rather than letting you counterattack. Because if white plays, where is it? This move here, like you can counterattack here, like you can do so directly, but it's not clear that this wall will be enough to let you kill this. And so white will have been much more successful in reducing you. All right, but anyway, Martin, nice game. I mean, overall, you did really well. The stuff your opponent did, you know, didn't really faze you, even though maybe some of it should have been a little bit scarier. So good work, man. We'll look forward to reviewing the next one. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.